Well, the other one's Cody Walker. You put him on the left with Cody and Latrell, and it'd be an option. If anyone can get the best out of David, it's Wayne. Would have loved to have been coached by him because he challenged her. I think he was constantly challenging Cameron and Billy towards their end of their career, and look, they're immortals in waiting.
Hello and welcome to Immortal Behaviour ahead of round 26 of the NRL. Things are certainly ramping up. Andrew Johns.
They sure are. Penultimate round. I hate that word. We spoke about it on Friday the 8th. Second last round.
Things ramped up with you last week too, made some headlines.
I know.
What about that?
Where is it? Which camera? Bulldog?
Straight
Bulldog.
down.
Come on, mate. You don't need to write a column over it.
One little comment and he pumped out 800 words. What about that?
What, my memory, sorry. Parramatta. Who'd they play on the weekend? Who'd they play? Roosters.
This is all
That's
you.
Right, the Roosters.
This is all you.
What a big
was
win.
The score?
30-10.
Stop it.
Yeah, checkmate.
Dun, dun.
Come on, Bulldog. No other story next week. Just admit it. Jason Rolls has done a good job.
He really has. All right, let's talk about the footy. Now, there are some coaches resting players, but none more than Ivan Cleary in the Penrith Panthers. What was your take on that? Giving everyone a breather.
Smart. We know how much footy they've played. They're key players. They've who have they got? Isaiah Yeo, Nathan, Dylan Edwards, Lou Martin. Keeps going on.
Them all. Yeah.
Them all. They've played Origins, they've played semis, they've played grand finals, they've played Australian games at the end of the year. It's smart. Absolutely smart. So even if they lose 2 games, they'll still come 7th or 8th. So there's no difference coming 7th or 8th. I have no doubt. I'd rest them next week too.
Yeah?
Send them away, go get some sun, get over your injuries, freshen up. Then they come to the semis and they've got to win 4 big games in a row to win the grand final. I still don't think they can. No one's done it in the NRL era because it's too hard. But if anyone can, Penrith can. But I still don't think they can do it.
I'm giving them a little sneaky shot. Also, well, I mean, you mentioned it briefly, but their injuries, like you think about all the footy that those players have had, they're all playing through injuries. So 2 weeks at this point, that's massive. Not just mentally, not just like their muscles, but like the genuine injuries that they've been playing through. Broken feet in a grand final,
Isaiah, first game back from that shoulder. Nathan had the groin the start of the year. I don't know how Nathan is. Liam Martin looks like he's busted everything. It was all gammy and he did an AC. And actually the one who needs probably a rest is Dylan Edwards.
Okay.
He's made some boo-boos the last couple of weeks. He looks pretty tired, which is understandable. Rest him up, go away, get some sun, come back ready to go. 4 games in a row. That's all they got to win. But I still don't think they can do it.
Stay tuned, we'll see. Do you think there's a chat in what the AFL do, giving every team a game off?
No, I don't like that.
Why
So
don't you
if you came first or second, say Storm and Canberra, so they have the week off, they play the first semi-finals and they win that, then they have another week off. So they played 1 game in 4 weeks. You can lose your mojo, lose your momentum. No, I don't like that.
It takes away that advantage too, doesn't it? Because then you're only playing a couple games in a month.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Okay, so you said that you can see Penrith probably resting for the next couple of weeks. Do you see the Raiders and the Storm doing a similar thing?
Yeah, for sure. Once again, well, it's probably a blessing in disguise. Harry's had a couple of weeks suspension. Munster, are they resting players this week, the Storm?
Well, they don't have Jerome Hughes. They don't have Harry Grant. So do they have the luxury that...
I reckon next week they'll rest players, which then affects the top 8. Because I think they've got the Broncos next week. So the Broncos, they may get into 4th place.
Yeah.
And then you got Sharks who have a very easy games on paper. Anyway,
doesn't always mean much.
Yeah.
I've got a question on the Melbourne Storm. Nelson, he was named at 18th man
last week. He's named on the bench this week. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think their plan is moving forward? Because when I saw him at 18th man last week, I thought this probably tells us a fair bit.
Well,
and that was the difference last year.
He gave that penalty away. Well, I think if he plays in the grand final, I think they win last year. I still think Jack Howarth got the ball down anyway. Nelson, was it against Manly when he went doink?
Yeah. I mean, he's got some
and they got
in his
beaten,
game, doesn't he?
And I think Craig Bellamy said, Get your discipline right.
Yep.
And show me I can trust you. I don't know fitness-wise because Nelson is such a big man. I think he can put size on. So I don't know whether his weight is or where his fitness is, but I think it's more the discipline. Mm-hmm. And Craig just doesn't give him an opportunity, just doesn't give it to him, makes him earn it. Smart.
So good. That's why he always gets the best out of his players, isn't it?
So then you got him, Stefano, you got Trent Liero in the middle, you got Josh King, and you got those boys coming off the bench, some of those Pacific Polynesian boys.
Even just the brand of footy.
I can't think of their name.
The brand of footy that they play, like they haven't changed.
No.
Like they've stayed to their structures, they've got their weapon. He's so good. He's a freak. Well, he's got his 600th game this weekend too, which is pretty massive, isn't it?
I rate him the best coach of all time.
Do you?
Yep. I think if you have a look at his success, I think he's made the semi-finals.
21 out of 22.
And the only other time they missed was when the salary cap. Was that when they were punished for the salary cap? I'm sure it is. And they had 0 points. He's everything. You get some coaches who are very good at game plans, but their man management isn't great. Then the other side, you get man managers who don't know, or who do know, but aren't big on game plans. He covers it all. And just look at the record. Look what he does with players. He gets them down there in their system, especially forwards, front rowers. He got Brian Norrie from Wagga Kangaroos. He was captain coach and gets him down. Next year wins the comp. He's freakish. Change the game. That's a big thing. He can change the game. Warren Ryan changed the game with the 5 metre rule and also kicking to the in goal, which I don't like, but Craig Bellamy changed the game with his wrestling, the wrestling tactics. So he's in front of the game. Yeah, for mine, the greatest coach of all time.
Well, and he's always been ahead of the game. Like, you think about when he started coaching and what rugby league was like then as to where it is now. Right throughout, he's always been at least 1, usually 2 steps ahead of what most clubs are doing. Like
he's totally evolved too. You watch the way his teams of the late 2000s played during the Smith, Slater, Cronk era. So they didn't have a halfback when Matt Orford left, so they put Cooper Cronk in there, and he totally structured him up, and played a really structured, grinding style. And then once they moved on, then Munster and Harry come in, and they totally evolve and play a different style of play. So, yeah, for me, he's the best.
He also gets it right, like when you speak about Harry Grant coming in, very different player to Cameron Smith, but his ball running and like the way that he gets out and ignites them that way, they haven't gone the way they play their forwards. Like they don't have that modern day lock that ball plays because they don't need it.
They don't need it.
Because he knows their brand of footy and they play to that.
And their halves play together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best. Would you have liked to be coached by him?
Love to. Would have loved to have been coached by him because he'd challenge you. I think he was constantly challenging Cameron and Billy towards their end of their career. And look, they're immortals in waiting, but he was constantly challenging the best and getting the best out of the best players. I would have loved to have been coached by him.
What do you think he would have done for you off the field?
Well, scallywags are scallywags. You've got to let them give them some freedom. You know what's a big advantage? Being in Melbourne. A lot of people don't know who they are. Yeah. To walk down, like the Swans and the GWS team, a few of them live near me. I don't follow AFL, but no one knows who they are. Where if they were in Melbourne, it's just, they got no privacy. Down there, I reckon it's a huge advantage for them being in Melbourne where, you know, Cameron and Billy and Munster and those guys and Harry would be different, but the rest of them, no one will know who they are.
Normal blokes ordering a coffee.
Getting kicked out of nightclubs, not being on the front page of the paper.
That never happens in rugby league. What are you talking about?
Never.
All right, I don't know if this is going to hurt too much, but we're going to talk about the Newcastle Knights. Obviously, the news of Adam O'Brien. I know, deep breath. Breathe. But let's be positive. Let's be positive about Adam O'Brien. His appointment whilst he was head coach. Do you deem it successful at the club?
I do.
Okay.
He made 4 semi-finals. With the roster, he didn't have a star-studded roster. Kalen obviously carried the team there for a long time because, well, he's a superstar. That's what superstars do. But if you take Kalen out of that spine during that period, you wouldn't say there were stars in that position. They were solid players, and they got the ball to Kalen in the right areas. What affected Adam was no stability in the front office. I think there was 5, maybe 6 different recruitment officers in 6 or 7 years. We talk about the Melbourne Storm. Craig Bellamy's been there for 20 odd years. Frank Panisi's been there. The recruitment people don't change. Their front office doesn't change. They've probably had 1 or 2, maybe 3 chief executives during that time. Stability in the front office. Jack Gibson said it. It was something about winning starts in the front office. And unfortunately for Newcastle, they haven't had that stability when Adam was there, which I think really affected the team and the recruitment. Now they've got Peter Parr. I have great faith in him. Chris James has gone there from the Roosters. They've changed the structure of the junior pathways and getting those areas back, which are Newcastle areas, up the valley, Musselbrook, Scone, Singleton, down to Tamworth, Coffs Harbour, those areas. So they're changing things. It's going to take a while.
You seem like you're in a positive mind frame about the future, though, in terms of a recent conversation that you had with the club and where they want to be at least.
Definitely.
They've got it right in their heads now. They need to action it.
You can see the structure, but like anything, you can have the best game plan in the world, but if you haven't got the right players implementing the game plan, then you're pushing shit uphill.
Yeah.
So they've got the structure there. Now what is important is putting the right people in. And I'm not talking about the recruitment of the senior players. My beef has been with the junior players. From the age of 14, 15 through to 19, 20. The Knights, we cannot recruit marquee players because we aren't a big club with third-party deals and movers and shakers on the board. So we have to build from within. We should have 75% of the team should be local juniors. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to get the juniors right and then find the position we're deficient in and buy Ben Kennedy. That was the model from '88.
Yeah.
Build from within. Yeah. So I've got faith in what those two people are doing, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while.
They also do, in the interim, need to appoint a new head coach. So Blake Green, Justin Holbrook, a couple of big names at the forefront of the conversation at the moment. Do you think that they could be 2 of the potential people there? Do you see someone else?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
A lot of people have been asking me the last couple of days, and that's me. I just do not know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a new coach or a young coach, or it's Blake Green who's been in the system, or it's an experienced coach. Like, people are tossing names like Brad Arthur. I think he's on contract at Leeds. People even mentioned Des Hasler. I honestly don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know what coach would suit the place. But whoever gets it, it is the biggest job in the NRL. Josh Henne's gone to the Titans. I think whoever's the next coach of the Knights, it is the biggest challenge and the biggest job in the NRL. And I wish him well. But it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult.
You wish them well. Is there a world in which you'd sit on some kind of a committee to help appoint that?
No, not a chance.
Not a chance.
I've done my time there as a player, and I like to think I'd contributed to the club during that period. But no. I live in Sydney now, and
it's too far.
I haven't lived in Newey now for, 18, 19 years? Far out, that's fine. But look, I love the place.
But not to coach. What about to help choose who does run it for the future?
No, because I'm not on the ground.
You want to be there.
I don't see the young players coming through and who's going to be the best 5'8" in 2-3 years' time. So that's got to be all in the mindset. But I love the place. I was there from the age of 14 till 33. I was there nearly a quarter of my life. Depends how long I live.
Well, stay tuned on that one as well, maybe.
Could be a half of my life. Yeah, but I wish him well. I'd love to see success. Look, the big question mark is Dylan Brown. Where's Dylan's going to play? Whether he's going to be 7 and Fletcher Sharp 6 and Kalen fullback. But then the question is who's going to be dummy half? Because they see Phoenix Crossan now as that ball playing lock. Jaden Brayley's moved on to Canberra. So the other option is Matt Arthur there, which I don't think Matt's ready for week in, week out. Or do they play Fletcher Sharp halfback, Dylan 5'8"? They've got to work out the key positions, where they're going to play them. First day of training, they're training together the whole time. You're not subbing different people in. Those guys are training, getting repetition up. And someone said about Dylan Brown, if he plays for the Kiwis, he won't be back till after Christmas.
It's a lot to miss out on, isn't it? I tell you what is also wild. Like, they've gone out and they've bought Dylan Brown, but also a new coach is going to be appointed. Very rare that someone new with a big role like that comes in and just keeps things going as they were, because there's a shake-up for a reason. So
Leo Thompson's
really anything
moving
could
on.
happen.
He's been their best forward last few years. Leo's moving on. There's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a big, big challenge.
I've got one more to toss up, because inside the line yesterday, Michael Cheika was on and he spoke about wanting to be the first ever to coach both rugby union and NRL.
Yeah.
Do you think Michael Cheika's at a point in his career where he could slot in?
Not yet. I'd love to see him.
I love Cheik.
I would love to see him there.
Yeah. So what does Cheik need to do exactly?
He needs to do an apprenticeship. I understand he's
Yeah.
going to work under Trent Robinson at the Roosters. He'll have success, and I have no doubt in the world, with the right people around him, he would be so successful because he doesn't suffer fools, and he's a big, imposing, tough man. And I've seen him the way he delivers messages, for sure. He'd be a great head coach, but it'd be a gamble for a club to do it, so I think clubs would want to see him do an apprenticeship. But he loves league. Him and Trent Robinson are thick.
It.
I see him talking about footy all the time, so...
I've never met someone
He's
who
someone
watches.
I'd love to play for.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Don't fluff around.
Yeah.
Just hit me there, between the eyes. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What aren't I doing well?
If you could shorten the list, that'd be great.
That's a joke. But just don't waste words. Just tell me what you need me to do, and just hit me between the eyes. There'd be no fluff.
Well, he's one of those blokes also that you want to do your best for. Like, you genuinely,
play for him.
You genuinely want to play for him.
Yeah, very likeable bloke. So, yeah, in the near future, I was going to say, in my lifetime.
You'll be right, mate.
Yeah.
Gus is still kicking. You're laughing. You're laughing. Check, can't wait whenever it does come. Enjoy your time with Robbo. All right, moving on. Fifita to South Sydney. Huge news. Do you think
He's an enigma.
Do you think Wayne Bennett could be the person that could get the absolute best, something that we've all been expecting for a very long time, consistently out of Fifita?
Well, the other one's Cody Walker. You put him on the left with Cody and Latrell.
See ya.
And could be an option. If anyone can get the best out of David, it's Wayne. I think Wayne coached him at Broncos when he first started.
Yeah.
And look, David, mate, I'd hate for you to finish and live with regret. You're just an absolute genetic freak. We can see the potential there, and we've seen the potential. When he's on, he's unstoppable. So I'd love to see him play under Wayne. I'd love to see him reach his potential. I'd love to see him play outside Cody, in and around Latrell and the magic of Cody. He could really unlock him. But it's up to him. Eventually it's up to David. And he's got to commit, because Wayne can't be there 24 hours, 7 days a week with a big stick.
Cane. How many times did you get the cane just quietly?
Yeah, I spoke about it last night when I was a little girl. I got
did
plenty.
you?
Yeah, Sister Bede.
You taught your 6-year-old about the cane?
The cane, yeah.
How many times did you get it?
A heap.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't around for those days.
Well, if school now, high school, teachers went, parents, you sign a stat deck that if your kid's playing up, we'll give them the cane. I'd say, yeah, give it.
Oh, I would too. I was also a high school teacher, so I would have loved that.
Oh, yes.
How fun.
Yes.
There's a couple.
I better not tell the one story. No. I'll tell you after.
Okay, tell me after.
One.
Still with South Sydney, Fifita there. Think about how many players they haven't had South Sydney.
Yeah.
They've been decimated. It's been really costly. They've still got Cody Walker. They've got Fifita. If Latrell's fit, Ken Murray, like all their players. If they're all
Ken Murray's playing next week.
Yeah, but if they're all in next season, what?
It's potentially a top 8 team.
Top 8?
Number 7. Yeah.
Easy, I reckon.
Around those, there's 4 or 5 teams fighting it out for 7th and 8th. Good run with the injury, I see them there. Question is, who they're going to play 7? Cody 6, Latrell 1, or Jai Gray 1. The question is, who plays 7 and who plays hooker? They've got Mamazelis there. Havili plays their bits and pieces. Who's going to be consistent number 9 and who's going to be halfback? Whether it's Humphreys, they've signed Jonah Glover from St George Illawarra, who looks a real player.
Yeah.
And then they've got Ashton Ward, who, if they can get him out of under 16s, get him shaving, but he's been unbelievable.
Hasn't he?
Oh, he's a good player. Saw him playing a short side the other night. He knows how to play. And look, he needs to work on his body, But 7 and 9. They get consistent there, get the best out of Cody, get the best out of Latrell, get the best out of Jack, get the best out of Dave Fifita. Then
find a starting spot for Jai Gray. How do you do that?
Well, it's a tough one. You got to have him in the 17. Whether you put Latrell back to left centre, but then what do you do with Jack White? And does he play in the back row? But if Latrell's at left centre, you let him roam. He needs the ball. We saw Bulldogs on the weekend in good ball. Stephen Crichton went to fullback, and Connor Tracy went to centre. You could do that. You could do that. Anyway, that's Wayne's decision, and
fingers
Wayne
crossed
can
they're
do
all
it.
healthy enough so that they have that.
Cam Murray's going to
headache.
come back last round.
Isn't that
against
crazy? Do you reckon that's crazy?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's just because he really wants to play footy?
He just wants to
see
play.
where he's
And
at?
understand he's fit as fit, and he wants to go away on the tour.
Yeah.
Look, if I was someone at the South Sydney, I was saying, mate, you're not touring.
Yeah.
Come on.
We need
you back in October. Yeah. But they reckon he's as fit as anything. Doesn't that add to the spice of that last round? And if the Roosters need to win to get to 8th spot,
spoil the party.
Oh,
Do you know what? I said it, I can't remember where we were, it might have been 100% footy, that imagine if it was South that knocked the Roosters off and that was the game that Alex Johnson got
broke the record, yeah.
Like the odds actually, it's scary.
I don't think anyone will ever knock AJ off there. Maybe, in my lifetime.
Very quickly, Lewis Dodd, what's your summation on how that's all played out?
When he signed, a guy who coached me in England when I played for Warrington, I called him and he said, mate, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how he'd go week in, week out. And the simple one is I don't see that Lewis was up to NRL standard.
Yep.
If you have a look at the history of the English players in the last 30 years, say from 95, there's been one player in the halves who's gone well, and that's George Williams. He's the only one. The rest, they've been forwards or outside backs, mainly forwards, because they're so tough, the Northerners. But I don't know what it is, whether it's the coaching or whether it's the climate or it's soccer. Like when I played at Warrington, you had the most unco blokes I've ever seen. You could hardly catch the ball, these big pommy forwards. But the soccer ball would come out and they'd have touches like angels. So I'd be going, because when they're young,
transfer that over.
It's all soccer.
Yeah.
They all play soccer. So the young halves, one, it's pissing down rain, so you're not outside playing touch footy or you're not playing backyard footy, and they're all playing soccer. So they don't get their reps up as a kid.
That's actually so true.
Yeah.
Like we walked around as kids and had a footy in our hand 24/7.
We're outside the whole time.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Fair nudge.
Yeah. When the street lights come home, you've got to be home. They were the rules.
We had the best backyard. Dinner's on the table.
Well, there's no backyards anymore in Sydney.
That's what I mean.
In Sydney, there's no backyards.
That sucks.
Lucky if you live across from a park. Hashtag more backyards. Stop putting duplexes and semis in. Think about the sewerage. Anyway.
What are we talking about? All right, before we wrap things up on Immortal Behaviour, we're going to go through Joey's power rankings.
Oh, yes.
So let's kick it off with 8th spot. And we'll go right the way through to number 1, where we're at.
This is for the grand final. Mm-hmm. So, Roosters, Dolphins, Manly fighting out for 8th position. There's more chance of me going to AA. That's a joke. Hosting AA at Warrington. There's no chance.
But who do you have out of those 3?
In that
you don't
position,
think that they'll play in the grand final, but who do you think will come in?
No, Manly's not there.
Yep.
I think the Roosters will be there.
Okay.
In 7th, I've got the Sharks. Once again, big games. Can they win big games back to back to back? And until they do, you cannot tip them strongly. The Panthers in 6th. They'll finish thereabouts once again. I've got my doubts whether they can win it from outside the 4, but if anyone can. Broncos, decimated by injuries in the key positions. Adam Reynolds, how he comes back from his hamstring. Ezra Mam's a big one that they've lost.
Yeah.
The Warriors, they're the joker in the pack because you don't know. Some of their young players, their young forwards in particular, but Luke Metcalf and Mitch Barnett, they can't win it. I don't think they can win it without those two. And then after them, I've got the Dogs. I've got a question mark about the Dogs, whether they've got the X-Factor players to go up another gear.
Yeah. Do you think this weekend's game will be telling for that?
No, because they'll smash Penrith by 30 or 40.
Such
I reckon it's really good for the Dogs tonight.
confidence?
Galvin's going to have space.
Yeah.
We're going to see Galvin with space and what he can do. So the Dogs, I think there's a premiership in the Dogs in the next 2 or 3 years, but not this year.
Okay.
And then I think highballing out in front, you got Raiders and Storm. Storm, you got Munster, Harry, Pappenhausen, Jerome Hughes if he's back. They're big game players. And talk about having another gear. Munster's got 2 gears.
I know.
He can do it. He did it at Origin hungover for the whole series. And he looks focused. The squirrels in his head aren't munching on each other. And the Raiders, I've got them just a shandy behind the Storm.
Okay.
I think if the Storm's fully fit, grand final day they win. I can't see them getting beat. But the style of play the Raiders have got,
Love it.
and the way Ricky's coached this team, powerful forwards, a couple of tough pommies in there. Nichols comes back. He's a good player. And on the back of the power, they got the offloads to Ethan Strange, and they got Kyle Weeks, and they got Jamal Fogarty, the steady head. So they're
Xavier Savage is a bit of a stinger too for
That's
them.
a big one. But they got that young bloke coming back. What's his name?
They can cover it. I just think he's had such a great season. It's a shame for him.
Tamale, is that his name? The young guy from St George Illawarra. Yeah. So me, it's the Storm Raiders grand final. Can't wait. I think this will be the best semi-finals series we've ever seen.
Hey?
Oh, it's so good.
So good. If the Raiders were to pip the Melbourne Storm, what is it about their game? Is it the offloads? Is it how unpredictable the young guns are? Or is it the pack? How can they beat the Melbourne Storm if they're both playing their best?
But it's the unorthodox, the offloads. And they don't fit, the young guys, they want to win. They're not scared of losing and making errors.
Yeah.
They want to play. So good to watch. I love watching them play. Well done to Ricky, Coach of the Year for sure.
So good.
And the Raiders will come first. So they'll play 4th position, which at home, which will either be the Warriors or the Broncos, and you got to say, I reckon they'll beat up on those teams. So then the Storm play the Dogs. We saw the other night the Storm got them down there. It'll be tight, but then the week off is huge. Storm Raiders for me.
How good's footy?
I love it. I love the semi-finals.
What game are you most excited for this weekend, round 26?
I'm looking forward to probably Melbourne Roosters.
Yeah.
Where the Roosters hit back.
Friday night
Jeez,
footy.
I miss Sammy Walker.
I know.
He's
It's
so
a shame,
important to
isn't
him. What's the other ones?
Well, we've got tonight's game, which is...
Yeah, I'm
Bulldogs
looking
and
forward to
Penrith.
watching Galvin tonight.
Yep.
He's going to have plenty of room to move.
Yep.
See how they attack. Oh, they should put 40 on him. It's going to be good. It's going to be entertaining.
It'll be
I'd
exciting.
really watch this one.
Yeah. Beauty. Live and free. Join us for round 26.
Night Sharks, be a big one. What are you laughing
Be a
at?
pelter. Well, I'm a Sharks fan.
Oh, yes.
And I'm probably just excited to watch them as what you are. The Knights at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, come on, boys, get the job done. All right, thanks for joining us this week on Immortal Behaviour. We'll see you again
And
next
well
week.
done, Parramatta.